Okay, all in nervous?
No.
Are you good? Great. Don't forget to pull back in your chair.
Yeah,
You'll be too
come
far
back
away.
in. I'm back in frame.
Alright, so right now we live Facebook and Instagram at the same time, so if you're all nervous, you know, keep it to yourself. Keep it in. Don't let us know. But we're gonna get a little comfortable here, and right now all we're gonna talk about is CTS and CTS College. And two main things, primary school and secondary school. I am Suvir Ramsuk, a brand ambassador here at CTS, but I have two employees and staff here of CTS and two heads, and I'm gonna allow them to now introduce yourself. Now I say allow, I feel like if, you know, they might tell me, oh, you could allow me to do this?
I know, right?
Yeah. Alright, you go first.
Alright, so good afternoon or good morning, everyone. I am Lyndon Brown, and I'm the program manager of the secondary school program here at CTS College.
And hi everyone, I'm Nasara Alibash. I'm the program manager of the preschool and the primary school at CTS College.
Good. So, you know, a lot of people know about CTS College, but when they think and they hear about CTS College, majority of people learn about CTS being known for short courses, being able to do, you know, a lot of those things, but they don't know about the amount of programs it actually have. They actually don't know about the tuition straight from preschool, primary school, secondary, then their bachelor's, straight to their master's. They don't know about those things. But today we're primarily going to focus on the primary school and the secondary school aspect. Knowing that you all are really versed in these departments, we're going to kind of need you all to let everybody be a little more aware of how CTS goes about having a primary school and secondary school. So who want to go first?
Well, they say ladies first,
Exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
we go to Sarah.
Yeah.
So basically what they meant is we'll go with the best program first. Got you guys. So, like you rightly said, we have a lot of courses that we offer, a lot of programs, right? And one thing that I would ideally like to let the audience know is that you can do it all at CTS College. So like you rightly said, we go from preschool, primary school, secondary school, and then you could go into a diploma with us, you can go into your degree, and you can even go straight up to your master's. So CTS College is not just a school that you can outsource for probably one specific part of your life, but you can start from the very mere beginning and complete with us at CTS College. And we have different fields as well. So it's not just strictly business, even though we are business and computer science. We have computer science, we have business, and we have logistics and supply. We also have a master's that has different specializations. So I just wanted to start off with that to just let our public know as well. All right. So I'm gonna delve more into the primary school and let our customers know about our primary school. And one thing that makes our primary school stand out from many others is that we are an online primary school. So we're full-time online. Some other things that we would like to let you guys know is that we have recorded sessions. So all sessions are conducted via Zoom. And then we have recorded sessions. So if by chance your child misses a class or they're not able to attend, you can always view the recording at the end of the day. If it is that you probably want to recap on the work with your child as well, you have the recording there for you.
But these primary school sessions, how long does a primary school day look like?
So classes are every day, and it starts from 8:45 and it finishes at 1 p.m. So it's not a full 8-hour day up till 3 because of the screen time. So we try to minimize that, but not compromise on the quality of education.
Exactly, but I mean at the same time, it's not just about screen time, but the fact that people's learning ability.
Correct.
And it's like so much work, you know, as a child growing. I mean, who really, as a child, you really, you know,
Want to sit
school,
so
yeah,
long.
like, come on. I mean, me as a child, I didn't even want to go into school. You know what I mean? But like they say, okay, that's the amount in terms of how much days for the regular Monday to Friday.
Yes, regular Monday to Friday.
So you can't really escape, you know.
Yeah.
Still have to go to school Monday to Friday. You know, and if people would say enroll into the primary school program, how can they go about that?
So it's a very simple process. You just reach out to us at CTS College and we'll send you an email with the application form. You fill it out, you make a down payment on the fees, which we would discuss with you. And then from there we register you, and then we would send you an email with the links to attend class. So it's a really simple process.
That sounds good. So we'll come back with some more primary school questions. But let's head across to the secondary school. And I'm assuming that it's quite similar in terms of the registration process for the secondary school.
Yes, so that is absolutely correct. So in terms of the secondary school aspect here with us at CTS College, we offer a wide range of classes that is conducted online, just like the secondary school, the primary school, sorry. So if you're looking to transition your children to the secondary school program, or if you would like to have them enroll in the program. You know, some parents would say, well, I want to enroll my child into the program, but they have never written SEA before. I don't want them to go through the anxiety of preparing for the SEA examination. That is absolutely fine, because we cater for all needs or the learning abilities of the student. So every student has different cognitive abilities that we target within our classrooms here at CTS College. So we assume that the students have no prior knowledge within the subject area, and we enroll them. And the most important factor is that in the traditional school system, students are always saying, or the system is saying, well, you have to do 5 subjects at a time, you have to do 7 subjects at a time. Here at CTS College, I always tell my parents, sit, have a conversation with your child, find out exactly where they would like to end up or where they would like to go right after CXC, and we would definitely guide them into that point of earning or getting into the job that they would like to do. So at any point in time, they can start off with 2 subjects at a time, 3 subjects at a time. And the most remarkable part about our program here at CTS College is that we have students coming right out of SEA, students in Form 3, students who have never done CXC subjects before, and completing these examinations within 1 year. And as the most thrilling part about it, our youngest student who would have ever written examinations with us here at CTS College actually started at the age of 9.
And that's what, CXC?
That is CXC, correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is almost as good as I may never be. But, look, I kind of trying to make that transition back and forth because I'm understanding about the secondary school, and then you mentioned SEA. So now I come back to the primary school. Is it compulsory that in the primary school that you do write the SEA?
Right, so it's not compulsory that you have to write SEA, but there's gonna be certain conditions. If you do want to continue at CTS College into our secondary school, you don't have to write the exam. However, if you do want to go into a public secondary school, you would have to write the exam because that's a requirement to go into public.
So that's amazing. So you could do primary school here at secondary, at CTS College, and then if you want to go to a public school and now transition out of CTS because maybe you might move, different situations, different choices, you could still use your accreditations here at CTS to still be able to do an exam to now go into a secondary school. So now that how do you guys go about prepping these children for the SEA exam?
Right, and we take all students into consideration. So we actually have a specific SEA class preparing them to write the SEA exam. So our primary school is broken up into different levels. Of course, we teach all of this syllabi in accordance with the Ministry of Education. And our last level is where we actually prepare you to write the SEA exam. Now, whether you're going to write the exam or not, you are still placed in this level and you can still do this level with us. It's just your choice whether you want to actually write the exam or not write the exam. And the idea that we're going with here, guys, is like secondary school. You don't spend all of those years waiting to cram for 9 subjects in 1 year and write that exam. Same thing with SEA. You spend your years with comfortable learning, and in that last term, it's not going to be frustrating for you that you are so nervous or worried about passing or writing this exam. And something that I really like to share with everybody is that, a testing method is not always the best way to test somebody's capabilities and their knowledge. Students freak out for exams, and they could be very much very brilliant students, but because they just freaked out for the exam, they did bad on the exam itself on the day, and it affects their mental state or their mental understanding of what they are truly capable of. And parents, once you know what your child is capable of and once you know what their emotional intelligence is like, this is how you could bridge that gap of having them to do an actual exam, the actual SEA exam, sorry. This is where you could bridge that gap and just have them go on into our secondary school.
And this is why we do these live sessions, to discuss this, to let people understand why a public school will be different from a private school and vice versa.
Right.
But here at CTS, I know one thing that the executive director really looks into is the individual themselves. And I know he has made sure that that message goes on to his staff, which you guys choose to implement into your teaching methods and your system here. That being said, you all really look after the individual themselves and not just in their academics, but on a holistic level, and being able to help somebody grow in a public school. That's something that is not really much of an option, because teachers just basically come, they do their job and they leave. Whoever learn, whatever rate they learn at, it's up to more the children and their parents to push them rather than the institute themselves. and that here at CTS is much different. You know, there's more of a interest in the lives of the students that are here. So that way, taking them from primary school, also giving them the option, if you are at CTS in their primary school, you could also write the option of SEA to transfer now to a public school, or you could just continue back to a secondary school, and that's where we're going to continue now with secondary schools here at CTS. Tell us more about secondary school here at CTS. Let's say I've had a child who went to a primary school, and the child just wrote SEA, passed for school. Let's say I just think I don't want the child to go to that school because it's out of the area, but I'm looking for more of an option where he can get an individualized attention. Tell me about secondary school here at CTS College.
No problem. And that is great that you asked that question, Suvir, because I'd like to take this time to brag to the general public that in 2020, when Dr. Rowley announced the lockdown here in Trinidad and Tobago, and you know, COVID-19 has played a significant impact on the education industry by the closing down of schools, teachers not being able to meet their students and stuff like that. I remember we were at Ravi's residence, and as you all know, we love to eat and have a good time at CTS College. And we not knowing what is taking place because we are having a good time that afternoon, we were getting calls, and all of us away from our phones, we immediately started to pick up and find out what is happening. And being the proactive and the best manager in CTS College, what I did that said evening was that after I left, after having that wonderful curry duck, I went home and I learned how to operate Zoom. And in learning to operate Zoom, I had a training with my staff the very next day. And the Sunday after that, I had a training with my students. And the Monday, my staff and my students were prepared for online learning classes. And we just keep building and building on that so that we would be able to deliver. When the Ministry of Education and by extension CSEC Barbados indicated that the exam was going to be pushed back and they would be switching to multiple choice, all of our students here at CTS College would have already covered their syllabus with enough time for revision, as well as they would have also gone through at least 20 years of past paper questions. So here at CTS College, we prepare the students to write the examinations, fully understand. All of our students had access to their teachers over a 24-hour support system. So we had WhatsApp group support, we had emails sending out to the students. Even when they didn't know where to access the homework, we had emails going out to the students. We have an online learning management system called IBISLink. And with IBISLink, the students would be able to have access to the recorded sessions. And that's great as well. Because if you're in the public system, or if you're in any other institution, you may not have access to a recorded session, or you may have to wait until you go to the next class to find out what is happening or what we did or revision or whatever have you. We provide the students with the live recordings of these sessions so that they can go back, see what Miss said, see what Say said, and if they have any additional questions, the WhatsApp support groups are there available, not only for students, but for the parents, because we want to ensure that the parents are also kept in the loop as well. So while we might have subject groups for the teachers and the students, we have PTA groups for the parents also, and we have an email thread that goes out every single day religiously so that the students would be abreast as to what is taking place with the class. We outline the clear objectives, and all of that is done right here at CTS College Private Secondary.
That's really brilliant. And listen, for those who've just joined the live, if you don't know what you're looking at and you just probably see him talking for about half an hour just now, listen, right now we're here at CTS College, we're talking about their primary school and their secondary school, and a lot of people don't know that, you know, CTS College actually has both of that, plus many more, but we're focusing on that and the benefits that it adds to one's life. That being said, we just spoke a little bit about the secondary school and WhatsApp groups, the IBISLink, etc., etc. Some people may not really understand how that could benefit. Explain how a WhatsApp group, and you know, both of you all could kind of join in on this, because more for primary school, you're going to have parents who may be more involved on the WhatsApp group than the secondary school, which is more the students. Can you all give me a little more insight, maybe you first, about the primary school and what the WhatsApp group looks like for children?
Right. So the WhatsApp group is what we use as a faster and easier means of communication, right? Not everybody has the time to respond to emails day to day. Or more so phone calls, because when phone calls come in, the amount of phone calls that we get, it's by the time we take 2 calls, we have like 5 more that we have to respond
Nobody
to.
is calling my phone.
Line dry.
Nobody's calling my phone. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I was talking about Linda and myself. But right, so the WhatsApp group is more convenient because we use it as a method of communication between the teachers, specifically the students or the parents, as well as the program managers at CTS College. So if a parent has a query, or let's say a child cannot attend class, they would just let us know on the chat. At the end of each day, we have a homework recap that we send out on the chat as well, so that if the students didn't, pay attention in class, they don't know what the homework is, we send it on the chat so that the parents are made aware.
That's brilliant.
So that's how we have that one-on-one relationship established with our parents as well. And that's the extra that you're paying for at a private school, especially at CTS College. So it's more about easier means of communication and a way of establishing that one-on-one relationship with parents and providing extra reinforcement at the end of the day for them, so it's not just you come to class and we leave you there just like a normal day at any other school. I could tell you from experience, and Lyndon could say from experience as well, up till 9 o'clock in the night we'd be responding to parents and students because they just missed the homework, or they don't understand something, or they don't know where to find something, and we would just be guiding them along, trying to make the process as seamless as possible for every one of them.
Okay, that's really nice. And she spoke a little bit about that, and I'm just thinking, well, as a child, I could have probably did child homework and things, making it a little tough, but what we do. But now on to the secondary school, where I'm sure it's more about the students who you're going to be a little one-on-one with, is in those WhatsApp groups. What does that look like?
That is correct. So one of the main questions that we get from parents is that, Lyndon, okay, I am bringing my child to CTS College. You all are fully online. What is going to happen to that physical aspect? What is going to happen to that interaction that they're going to miss? How are they going to communicate? And we are here to tell parents, you don't need to worry about, okay, they're not in a physical environment. How are they going to interact with their teachers and their students? All of our classes or WhatsApp groups are highly interactive. Sometimes I usually have to send a message, okay guys, let's keep it down a notch because we have classes going on right now and you may be messaging and somebody's in another session. And we give the students the flexibility to communicate with their peers, with their teachers as well. Even if they want to create a group that is outside of the regular group, we always ensure that that group also is monitored. So either a teacher or myself, we are applied to that group so that they would be able to communicate respectfully with each other, because we have a zero tolerance on bullying. And even for these Zoom sessions, we allow them to come on, we allow them to turn on their cameras, they are allowed to speak to their students and their peers and the teachers during class. Even when the cameras are off or when the recording has stopped, the students are allowed to stay on, they are allowed to interact with each other. And apart from that, we operate just like a regular secondary school. We have field trips coming up that both Nasara and I will be planning in the upcoming year. And that is basically for the students to not only see each other in an online or virtual environment, but to also communicate with their peers, their teachers, and even ourselves here at CTS College in a more physical environment. So we plan to take them to various locations through Trinidad and Tobago where learning can also be fun, even in a virtual environment as well.
Good. And for those looking right now, if you have any extra questions that you would like to ask, you could use the comment section, make sure and ask those questions. As I know, most of the time when we do these lives, we tend to answer the questions that they may ask, but sometimes, we might get extra questions here and there, so that's kind of what we try to provide as much as we can give to them right now, as we are speaking about the primary school here at CTS and the secondary school. So, we just spoke about the WhatsApp groups and how beneficial they are and how it operates and what's the purpose of it. But let's talk a little bit more about the review system of a recorded session. Now, it's going to be different for secondary school and a primary school, because a primary school student, you could probably have them sit down in front and rewatch the class, but their parent may need to be with them for a little more guidance, whereas a secondary school student could do that more on their own. So, you want to go now? Start,
Just explain the question a little more, like as in how the feedback has been with them attending.
Not only feedback, but tell us a little bit more about the review system and how we could use it to review and what's the benefits of it.
The benefits of the recorded sessions.
Yeah.
So you touched on something else too, where for primary school they may need more guidance, which is true. they prefer more so just for the two levels, which is level 1 and level 2. That's where we need the parents' attention and assistance. But for our levels higher up than that, the students are fine on their own. And the level 1, level 2, actually, once they get into like the first 3 weeks of class, they absolutely love it. And parents actually don't need to be there as required unless it's like a special case, right? The benefits of the online recording and being posted there for them is definitely so that they could review the work if they would have missed it. If somebody falls ill for a long period of time, so like right now I had a student that had to do a surgery and he was not able to attend classes for a week because he was completely out of it, so now he's able to catch on. It also benefits those who join late because now they didn't actually miss out on the work that we did, and parents don't have to struggle to like teach them the work now.
Yeah.
They can go over the recordings and just like if they were in a class, right?
So that means even right now, if people want to enroll into
Yeah.
CTS primary school or secondary school, they can.
Yeah.
Because these
definitely.
sessions are actually recorded where you can also go back and start to review. So it's not like if work has been missed.
Yeah.
Even if you miss the live session, it's still recorded for you to go and be able to review. And I'm sure if the teacher is there and aware that a student joined recently, they'll keep them up to date and try to,
Definitely.
find out what pace they go at. What about you and the secondary school?
Well, right. So for the secondary school program, as you know, we cater for pre-teens, teens, and we even cater for the adults as well. So, we get persons saying, well, I want to get my CSEC qualification as a mean of career change. I want to get my CSEC qualification because I have never had that ability to do so before I dropped out of school or whatever have you. So sometimes the learning abilities in the different various backgrounds would assist with the recording. So the recordings could, as Nasara rightfully said, if they don't follow through in the classes or if they don't understand something right away, they can always review the recordings as well. Even for the students who might be joining in late, and we also, like I said, we cater for the adults as well. So adults, we know that you're coming from work tired, you're in transit, you're in traffic, you're driving home after a very long day. You may not be able to log in until you reach home, which would mean that you would have possibly missed at least an hour, 2 hours within that session, and you want to go back for revision. That option is also available as well. In the event that you know you have midterm, end of term examinations coming up, you want to review, that option is available as well. Coming on to CXC, you just want a refresher on a specific topic. We have everything according to folders on our IBIS Link account, so that once they log into those folders, they see that specific topic that they would like to go over and check it out.
Yeah, we have a question. How accessible are the teachers outside of the classroom?
So in terms of all of our teachers, and I say that wholeheartedly because I was part of the primary school program as well, these teachers are available almost 24/7. Sometimes we have to tell them, you need to shut off, you need to take a break or whatever the case may be. But our teachers are available. They are here to support our parents inside and outside of the classroom. So if you send them a message, if you ask them to message you privately from the WhatsApp group, they are here to communicate with you as well. And even if the teachers aren't available at the point of time, Nasara, the program manager, I myself would also be available for the secondary school program. And let's not forget our hard-working program administrator, Cindy Johnson, who is also there to support our parents and students as well.
And that's the same for the primary school as
That
well,
is
right?
correct.
For the primary school.
We have another question. What about special needs or slow learners? Would they also benefit from classes at CTS?
Basically, people like me.
So if we have persons that is with special needs, yes, they would definitely benefit from our programs. And this is basically a true testament that I would like to share. We have a student with high functioning autism in our program, which is a secondary school program, and he was successful in all of his examinations, and he actually went on to his BSc in Information Technology with Aaron and they in the BSc program. Even Nasara also, her programs and her teachers are well equipped. And so let me just make this abundantly clear. All teachers are well equipped to handle, to deal, to assist and support all students with varying needs within the classroom. So whether it be ADHD, autism, any other disabilities that parents may think that their children may not be able to cope with in an online environment, we would be able to support the students.
And I can speak on behalf of the students because I actually did a couple of courses here at CTS College, and I do have ADHD, if only can't tell, right? But
Really?
wait a second. Are we talking about that? No, and that's the thing, like plenty of people, like they're so ashamed or shy of it, and they don't embrace it. The thing is, like, some of these things we can't avoid, right? But that shouldn't stop you from learning.
Correct.
So I also want to tell people that no matter if you have these disabilities, some people call it disabilities, I just call it, just being extra special. If you have that, that shouldn't hamper you from being able to join a class or feeling like you shouldn't be able to be with other people, as it may keep you back from learning. A program like at CTS where you could especially review and be able to learn the work at your own pace.
Correct.
These special children, as people like to call them, actually benefit a lot more from these private institutes, with the individualized attention, and I'm sure it's the same that you will get at the primary school level as well.
Right, so I'm really grateful that that person asked that question, because I'd like to even share with the public that in all of our levels at the primary school, we have students that are on some level of autism, but they are on the higher spectrum, and they are brilliant. I even have a student that is he's paralyzed from below go down, and he is brilliant. He's in our SDA class right now, and I expect great things from him. So parents, it's nothing, like Suvir would have rightly said, it's nothing to be ashamed of or to run from. In case you didn't know, many students in the public right now, they have a trace of it, and they are being open about it, and it's not something that people are, looking down at. It's very normal to have. So come to us at CTS College. Of course, we do assessments before, because we want to ensure that they are receiving the kind of attention that they need, and we want to make sure that we place them in the correct class based on the specific scenario. But we are prepared, like Lyndon would have said, to take in students and to facilitate any students with such disabilities.
Well, this was like a power pack, information session, both about primary school and secondary school, and special people like me. But at the same time, we could kind of wrap it up. And any last words you have to really encourage people to, as I was talking to Ravi the other day, and I say, what message you have for people who just really want to reach out and be able to improve their learning ability, their education, and their academics, to be able to grow. Some people just need a little bit of extra motivation. What's one little message you'll give to people like that right now?
I would definitely say to parents and students, young adults, it's never too late to make the decision to switch to a better institution, to where that level of support is available, because once you have that support system to go forward, it doesn't necessarily have to be a family or blood relative, because we here at CTS College, we are a family, and we are here to support you through whatever journey you plan to take with us, whether it be primary school, secondary school, and we'll definitely hold your hand to take you to the next level in your educational career.
We just sing that song. But it's like the CTS slogan goes, where the experience is beyond the academics, and that's what it's all about here.
Right.
So if you're watching this video, it's going to be live now, but we're going to save it, and people will be able to take a look back on it. However, to contact CTS, what would we need to do?
Well, you guys are on our page, so you would find our information on the Facebook page or the Instagram page. Our number, I can say it out, is 671-2551. You just give us a call, and you could ask for, ideally, anybody that you call at that number would be able to provide you with the information you require. However, they would pass you on to us directly if it is that further information is required, or it's like a special case. It's very simple. Just
imagine they're getting calls. Hello, Daisy Gildas on your live. Anyway, that's it here for today. Any other questions you have, drop it below. We'll go through the comments, and next week we could have another live and talk about some more things and some more great things here at CTS College.
Most definitely.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Did you tell us bye?
Bye. You see me? She hit me.
That was like a light one.
It didn't end though.
She hit me. She hit me.